So after the last two forever summons kind of shafted me a little bit, even though I did get Victoire in the last one. The one before that really shafted me because I got... But it seems like OP's luck might be turned around completely. Because ladies and gentlemen, we have Luan. Look at this man, awoken Luan. But this is one of the units that I've been going for. For me, it was either him or Lisa that I really wanted.
You're mistaken if you think I'll fulfill your expectations, but I won't complain if you still want me around.
Oh, you need a max LBM? Man, this forever summon be so fake sometimes, bro. You know what's crazy too about that? I don't even think I can max LBM. I might be able to, but I do know one thing for sure though. Because people be like, man, OP, where's the true weapon, man? Where's the true weapon on him? The true weapon's pretty good, but it's only good on him. Hey, man, we've been had the true weapon, you know what I'm saying? Whenever Luan first came out, of course, I did summon for him, if you guys remember that atrocious summon session. And during that summon session, I actually did wind up pulling his true weapon, but not him, which was quite unfortunate. But real quick, let's actually see how many LB stones we have. I don't think we have that many. I think I only have 2. Let's see, we have a single LB stone. No lie, it's been about 15 minutes of me doing nothing but trying to find enough ALK stones to buy the rest of the LB stones that I need. Because yeah, I'm not spending money, but it took pretty much all of my ALK, but we finally did it. We've bought the last ALK stone we need. I don't recommend doing this, by the way. But with that, Luan can now be maxed LB'd.
Another part of me just broke, but that's not a bad thing.
Luan, I think you need some help, man. Like, you need to talk, bro. I may not be the person that can give you what you're looking for, but I can at least lend you an ear. Because you seem like you've been going through a lot, bro. You know, you went through a lot being manipulated by that demon lord. The demon lord almost killed everyone. You know, you're kind of the reason why your dad died. But, I mean, look, bro, like, we got to put it behind you, you know. You had a very traumatic past, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. Of course, I don't got enough Tasmans probably for this, or chickens. A running theme on the channel at this point, man. I've been recording for 27 minutes, and I've been doing nothing but leveling this guy. And look, it even get max defense. It's fine. We don't need defense where we're going.
What do you mean by that?
Let's talk about where he's from, right? He's from the Cross the Blaze saga. He is actually the final unit in the CTB saga. Extremely hyped up, pretty dope damage dealer, and he's pretty strong in terms of how hard he can hit. Of course, he has a pretty big catch to him, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So first and foremost, his first skill is Critical Master level 3. He gives everybody on his team 30% crit damage. Is the same passive that Forte actually has. Next is Thirsting Blade. You get damage 100% up when the enemy has bleed level 2 or more. Starved Armor. Recovers HP by 1% of the damage to enemy with bleed level 3. And his entire skill set is just straight damage. You're not going to see too much utility here. And with the skill, he gets 30 art gauge. If you can crit with it, you get 50 art gauge instead. His art is able to bleed the enemy, or has a chance of bleeding the enemy. He increases the bleed level by 1 when the enemy is bleeding. And then with his true art, he increases his own art gauge by 20 and all allies crit rate by 100% for 15 seconds. So if you look at him, he's very like basic in terms of a damage dealer, right? The main thing that he has going for him, the main unique mechanic that he has going is the new bleed mechanic that he introduced. There is something else though about Luan that we haven't talked about yet, which is his true weapon. His true weapon's cool. It increases his crit damage by 50%. And he also has physical damage 20% up. So in total, he has 80% crit damage for himself, 100% damage towards the enemy, and he has lifesteal if he has 3 stacks of bleed on the enemy. But there's a unit in this game that Luan really likes to be alongside. And it's none other than the girl Chloe, the double level 4 Chloe. And Chloe helps out Luan a ton. And it's because of this passive right here. Sinner's Advocate. When Luan is in the party, you increase art gauge by 100 and autofill art gauge by 3 from the beginning of the quest. Which is like, oh, that's whatever, right? Like, it's just an extra buff that helps out Chloe. But we didn't talk about Luan's other art. Soul Destiny can be activated with only Luan and Chloe on the team. You get 60,000% dark damage physical. You increase your own art gauge by 100 for both units, but this costs 50% of Chloe's max HP. You then autofill Luan's art gauge by 3, and you also increase his skill CT and his attack by 100%. And what this allows for Luan to do is pretty much Luan can just go and go and go. I think looking at this now and kind of learning a little bit more about Luan, because as you can see, there is no passive with Luan for having Chloe on the team. So does he really need this? And could you suffice with maybe getting this some other way? Absolutely. But I think it's still a really cool mechanic. And it's one of his hardest hitting attacks, of course, on top of that. But not only that, how much does 100% attack benefit him compared to just having someone like Sistina on the team, right? We'll have to wait, see which one's better. We're going to be testing all that out today in this video, but let's, of course, see the animations. Luan's animations is actually some animations I haven't seen yet, because, of course, I never had them, and I barely even saw him whenever he came out. I know a lot of people tweeted at me. By the way, follow me on Twitter. Hey, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. A lot of people tweeted me and showed me that they got Luan, but I didn't see too much gameplay with him after he came out. So this is regular attack right here, just a normal slice. I actually like this little ending right there where he puts the katana back in the sheath. I really like that. Very small detail right there. Of course, man, you gotta have the little shing. Every katana character I feel like has to have it. Does D. Kane have it? He might have it. His regular art is just a bunch of slices, and I actually really like this art. His true art is okay. That's really cool. I know a lot of people don't like long true art animations, but the thing that I like the most about this, the beginning. Like, look, the classic, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this guy is the classic anime swordsman character. The hunch down, the grab on the sword, then after image, teleports. You already know what's happening, man. I'm telling you, already know what's happening. I also really like the little effects that they're doing right here with the blade that he has. Like, all of the darkness or chaos or blood. I forgot the exact lore behind his blade, but I do know that his blade insight is pretty crazy. And then his cross art, which I wonder if we can actually see it here, and we can, and just absolutely yeets Chloe, and then of course gets super powered up. That's not a glitch in the game either, by the way. This ending part right here, where after he stabs Chloe and then he slices, yeah, it's actually supposed to like kind of signify, you know, he slices and it's like time stops and then boom, he goes again. It's pretty cool. And if you want to know what the true weapon does, the skill is just to increase skill CT speed and you increase crit rate. It's pretty solid, but I mean, it's really only used on Luan, you know what I mean? You're not going to be using it really anywhere else. So I'm going with this. The reason behind this team is crit damage. So Luan actually has a total of 130% crit damage up right now. How good would this be in the long run? I don't know. And also we are fighting Redacne, so I'm not for sure how well this team's gonna go, but I just thought this would be a really cool team idea. And I also want to get a crest on Luan before we take him into the mines. Cross art, Soul Destiny coming through. We got the art from the girl, Emilia, coming in as well. And then, oh, Jesus. Now, will we survive this? Probably not. Because I don't know why I'm actually just on one right now in terms of... Oh, no, I didn't mean to cross art to get... See, that right there is going to get me killed. That's actually going to get me killed right now. Wait. Oh, yeah. Chloe can revive. I forgot about that one, Chief. That's crazy. Oh, look at Luan go. Look at Luan go, though. Look at him go. Look at him go. So yeah, I think the thing with Luan I'm going to have to kind of get used to is when exactly do I go in with the cross art? Do I go in ahead and do it like as soon as I can? Or do I wait a little bit? Or what exactly? Because like right here, I think that I go in ahead and do it. Because of course, Luan does need to get his bleed stacks pretty high up. Once he has his bleed stacks at level 3, he can kind of solo this by himself, I feel like. With him having the life steal and everything, I think that it's perfectly fine. And we actually have Luan at level 3. He has the stacks all the way up at max, man, and you already know what we're doing. We're going to go back into the cross art, make sure that we have it for the entire duration of this fight. And we're going to actually pop Mako's art right here on top of everything else. That's actually cool. I don't know if you saw that, but it actually did stop the true art, or not the true art, but yeah, the art from going off from the Redacne boss, which is pretty crazy. And oh my god, talk about damage, am I right? Jesus, Luan, calm down, man. You going crazy, bro. Somebody call an ambulance, please. Oh my god, this man Luan is literally on one right now. Let's see, and then look at that. Dude, that's so crazy. Why does he hit so hard? I mean, granted, it took 2 minutes, but for considering we didn't have accuracy and I was just trying out that team just for whatever reason, and oh my goodness, like 3.7 million just all Luan carrying the team on his back. But the thing that I actually wanted to check, I think actually I'll do this in the damage quest real quick, is I want to see who actually helps him more in terms of damage. If oh wow, Chloe's actually here, speak of the devil. But I really want to see who helps him more in terms of damage. If it is Chloe or if it's Sistina. So we're going to be using the exact same setup like we did last time, and we're going to go in here with Chloe, pop their cross art, you know, get his stacks all the way up to max, and then see exactly who is better in terms of buffing up his damage. If it is Luan and Chloe, or if it's actually Luan and Sistina. Okay, and we have now made it to the end of this, and let's see exactly how much damage Luan hit. By the way, don't look at this and be like, holy, this man Luan's broken, which, yeah, he does do a lot of damage, but the damage in this is incredibly inflated, but it's pretty much the best way for me to see exactly what is happening from an individual level. And as you see here, the boy Luan dealt some damage, 7.6 billion, right? Test it out. Now, I'm actually going to be using the exact same setup that Chloe was using pretty much. I'm not going to be using like anything else that's giving me attacks, you know, just so we can keep it as accurate as possible. I think Chloe had Deus Jade on, so I'll just throw that on. And yeah, we're keeping everything else the same, and we're going to go right back in. And let's see, last time I think the boy Luan was around 7 billion damage, I'm pretty sure. And this time, the boy Luan is at 4.9 billion damage. So absolutely, Chloe is the way to go. Now, you could use all three of them on the same team, but that would kind of be hard to support in terms of arch gen. And there's actually a thing that I want to do with Luan. I don't know if I have him in the mines yet. Don't, unfortunately. But I want to fight Ifrit. So I'm going to go see if I can find him. I think just the biggest problem I'm having at the moment with Luan, at least in my head as I'm trying to search for Ifrit, is that in order to use Luan, I kind of need 2 team slots. So like, for example, if I wanted to run Luan, I'd have to be like, dang, if I'm running Luan, I need to run Chloe. But since I'm running Chloe, do I really want to run Juno with that? Because I have pretty much a very suicidal team at that point. I don't know, maybe there's like a team that I could optimize to use that, because either way I put it, in order to use Luan like pretty reliably, I'm gonna need a lot of arch gen for him. I've already been recording for about an hour 20. Well, really, I've only been recording for about like 20 minutes, but I'm going to go for about another 5 or 10 minutes and see if I can get Ifrit to spawn. I don't know, this video may still not come out till Monday because it's already pretty late, recording for quite a while, and I'm hungry. I want to go eat. But Luan, he's everything I thought he was going to be. A really cool unit. I love him. I think that definitely you do need him with Chloe for him to be hitting like really hard. Even without Chloe though, I think he still hits decently hard. I don't know about using him in the mines too much. I think that taking up 2 unit slots is kind of hard because Chloe isn't really a team player. She's a Luan player. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your bro Pete. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. And last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.